Guys, when we pulled this 40... Just like that. Check, check, check. In it just like that. Hey, we're going to give you an amazing rundown of our first leg of our new life on the road, the Northeast. Here we go.
We just completed 60 days during the entire Northeast except for Delaware because Elsa couldn't let it go. So we couldn't make it out to the coast of Delaware. We could have, but it would have been a really big risk. So this is the first 35 nights, 6 states, 1,600 RV miles.
When we pulled out of Richmond with this 40-footer, we were headed to West Virginia. Country roads take me home. Mountain Mama. Keep going. When we pulled out of Richmond on that first leg of our Northeast adventure of our new life, we pulled that 40-footer out, headed to West Virginia, went over the Blue Ridge Mountains, pulled into Five Rivers Campground where they have pickin' and Parsons, which is an amazing bluegrass festival, one of the top 4 bluegrass festivals in the country.
It was absolutely gorgeous there, and we did the Blackwater Falls, we did the Olson Fire Tower. Well, I should say Kelsey did the Olson Fire Tower because JR is a little afraid of heights, and it was cold and windy and the rest of us didn't make it all the way up. But if you want to see all of that, as well as a campground review on Five River Campgrounds, we did record that already, and there is a link in the description below for that video. So we spent 3 full nights in West Virginia. From there, we did a quick pull through, so just one night in Pennsylvania at the Mercer Grove City KOA there.
Guys, we pulled into Buffalo, New York, just outside of Niagara Falls, stayed at Grand Niagara Island. I believe that's what it's called, something like that.
KOA Niagara Falls, Grand Island.
Oh, Big Hog Island. Okay, Big Hog Island, sure.
So we spent 10 nights there in Niagara Falls. It was absolutely amazing. Obviously, we went to see the falls, one of those bucket list attractions. One of our favorite things here, we met some amazing friends. The food there in Niagara Falls, Grand Island, was phenomenal. We visited Buffalo nearby. We have all of this in a recap, actually, of another campground review video that we did, and the link is in the description below.
Part of being on the road is dealing with tragedy and loss of life with family members in real life. So I recently lost my mother when we were in Niagara Falls, which was something we were prepared and planned for. But still, anytime you lose a loved one, it's painful when it hurts. So I was dealing with that for several weeks, and occasionally here and there I still do now.
That was actually happened one of the last nights we were there in Niagara Falls. So we decided, we're gonna change things up. So we left Niagara for a change of scenery. We did an unexpected, unplanned stop
in Syracuse, New York, which was amazing because I'm a big basketball fan. I always think of Syracuse basketball. We got to tour that beautiful campus and town. We also got to see the Carrier Dome, little educational college experience for the kids, which they enjoyed. Popped into a casino for a date night with my beautiful wife. That was awesome.
Where we stayed was Verona, New York. We stayed at Turning Stone Resort and Casino, and it was gorgeous. Again, it was just a one-night quick pull through. I would recommend, if you're going to stay in that area, to consider it because we had a great experience for just the one night. So then we went up to North Pole Resorts in New York, so the Adirondack Mountains. This was one of our absolute favorite stops. We spent 6 nights at the North Pole Resorts, and again, there is a link to a video below in the description of the campground review we did for the North Pole Resorts.
Don't forget Lake Placid, Jennifer Marie.
Yes, Lake Placid was 20 minutes away. That is, if you're not familiar, they have Olympic training facilities, and it's just a beautiful, really cool town.
So lots of hiking in the Adirondacks, fishing pools, fishing holes, fishing creeks, fishing rivers, you name it. It was beautiful.
We took the kids to the Ausable Chasm one of the first days that we were there. This was incredible. We did a short hike above, like on top of the chasm, and went down and rafted through the chasm. So that was a really fun experience. We went to the wildlife refuge. All of this is in the other video, so you can check out more details there, but that was a really cool stop.
Once we pulled out of Santa's workshop at the North Pole, we headed over to Vermont for a quick stop at Moose River Campground. Cool. The best part for me was I like old horror movies, and one of our favorite movies, Beetlejuice. Who doesn't like that? They filmed that in a nearby town in Vermont. I forget the name of it.
It's called East Corinth.
There you go. Check out these pictures. Once in a lifetime. Jennifer also made a TikTok video, I think it was, on that, and it just went viral.
Yeah, it was crazy because I don't ever do much on TikTok. There was a neat spot that's right there across from the campground called Dog Mountain. And Kels and I went up there and drove to the top of Dog Mountain, and it's literally a dog chapel where you can go and pay respects to your beloved pet when you lose them. And it was very unique. It was nice to have those 2 nights in Vermont, but if we're going to be perfectly upfront, it was a little weird.
Yeah, Vermont's just weird. Sorry,
us.
Vermont.
I don't know if it's the town we were in where we stayed, but it was a little weird.
Maybe it's all the Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I don't know. But we rolled out of Vermont, rolled over to Mount Washington, Cog Railway. Say that 3 times fast.
This was really, really cool. We did our first Harvest Host experience at the Mount Washington Cog Railway. If you don't know what that is, check out Harvest Host. It's basically a membership where you can pay a nominal fee per year, and you get to go to places like wineries, the Mount Washington Cog Railway, businesses that aren't actual campgrounds, but will host you in your RV for 1 night. You are typically expected to maybe purchase something from their store or whatnot. It's cool, check them out. But we did more than purchase from a store. We purchased the railway experience.
We bought the railway, guys! Whoa! Now we're railway owners. No, we bought tickets to ride the railway, and what's amazing about it is we dry camped for the first time, which was cool, but out of the front of the coach, the Mount Washington was my front windshield. It was awesome.
The views were gorgeous, but man, if you ever get the opportunity to ride that Cog Railway, ride the Cog.
Hog. Not Cog, Hog Railway. But this is where we had our first major service issue with the generator.
We used the generator just fine. We haven't had to rely on the generator really because we always stay at full hookups. And then the next day, the generator would turn on, but we couldn't get it to like power the refrigerator, bigger, like the AC, the bigger appliances. So we had a little issue with that, which
transfer switch was bad. Ordered it off of Amazon, got it delivered, and had it fixed in Connecticut.
So we only had 1 night in New Hampshire. It was a really cool experience, and so glad we did that. From there, we headed into Maine. Maine has been our favorite state so far. We spent 11 nights at Balsam Woods in Abbott, Maine, which is more central Maine.
What's cool about Maine and Balsam Woods is they have the most ATV trails coming off of that campground, more so than any other in the state. What Maine did was they did rails to trails, which means they pulled up all the old railroad tracks and put trails down for ATV, and in the winter they're snowmobile trails. Awesome. Campground's awesome, Wi-Fi's awesome, wood's awesome, propane's awesome, pool's awesome. Even the owners are cool there.
What we did in Maine that was so cool was we did experience the ATV trail. We went to this place called Northern Woods Outfitters, which was about 20 minutes north of Abbott in a town called Greenville, which Greenville, by the way, is incredible. Part of the Moosehead Lake region, and we saw seaplanes landing directly on the lake. We enjoyed an awesome lunch at a place called the Stress Free Moose, had a great little drink there. We rented this like 4-seater style ATV. Best thing about that experience is as we're riding along, not only is it gorgeous, but we saw a total of 4 moose in the wild. Again, we experienced some real life in Maine. First was with Hank the Tank, the older English bulldog. He had a nail on his little paw. He was playing with Baby Blue, the little puppy, and
ripped it on the rug, and I had to find a vet for him. Luckily, we found a great veterinarian that gave us some antibiotics and some pain pills, clipped all his nails, so he was good to go. We do appreciate the love in getting him worked in because he's obviously family as well. The other issue was with our son Lane.
This was a little scary for us initially, and I looked at the back of his head and I noticed on the lymph areas that he had some swollen lymph nodes. And my brother is an ER physician in Tennessee, so naturally I always call him and send him pictures and ask questions, and he said, hey, don't worry about it, it should go away in a couple of days. Well, in a couple of days, a couple more popped up. Mama Bear over here was freaking out. We weren't really sure what it was, and so my brother, we all agreed, hey, let's just get it evaluated. Took him into the ER, and it was such relief when that ER physician smiled at me and said, welcome to Maine, these are black fly bites. So it wasn't the actual bite, it was the reaction to it. Everything is okay, and we're grateful for great insurance that we can take throughout the states with us for times like this. That's the first half of our northeast
leg.
First leg.
Yeah, first leg of our northeast 40-foot haul.
Oh my God, stop. And we'll catch up on the rest here shortly. And of course, our daily adventures are always found on Instagram at OLetsRV, so you can keep up with things daily there if you like.
We appreciate the love and support always. Thanks so much. See ya.